The Indian subcontinent stands on a precipice. Tensions between India and Pakistan, two nuclear-armed neighbors, have reached a fever pitch in recent weeks. While not yet an all-out war, the situation is extremely volatile. The international community is watching closely, urging both sides to exercise restraint and seek a peaceful resolution. The specter of conflict has cast a long shadow over the region, raising concerns about stability and security. The trigger for the latest crisis was a horrific terrorist attack in the Kashmir Valley. This attack, and the subsequent Indian response, have once again exposed the deep wounds of history that continue to fester between India and Pakistan. Understanding the current situation requires delving into the complex and often bloody past shared by these two nations. India and Pakistan share a common heritage, but their birth as independent nations in 1947 was a violent and traumatic affair. The partition of British India into two states, one predominantly Hindu and the other Muslim, led to mass displacement and horrific communal violence. Millions were uprooted from their homes, and countless lives were lost in the chaos. This bloody legacy has cast a long shadow over India-Pakistan relations ever since. The two countries have fought several wars, the most recent in 1971, and numerous smaller conflicts have erupted over the decades. Deep mistrust and suspicion have characterized their relationship, making dialogue and cooperation extremely difficult. At the heart of the India-Pakistan conflict lies the disputed territory of Kashmir. Both countries claim the region in its entirety, and it has been a flashpoint for conflict since 1947. India controls the majority of Kashmir, while Pakistan administers a smaller portion known as Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. The decades-long dispute has resulted in 3 major wars between India and Pakistan, and countless skirmishes along the line of control, the de facto border that divides the region. The presence of armed militant groups operating in Indian-administered Kashmir, some with alleged ties to Pakistan, has further inflamed tensions. Section 4, the Pahalgam attack and Operation Sindoor, a dangerous escalation. On April 22, 2025, a devastating terror attack ripped through the popular tourist town of Pahalgam in Indian-administered Kashmir. The attack, which killed 26 people including a Nepali citizen, sent shockwaves through India. Responsibility for the attack was claimed by the Resistance Front, a militant group believed to have links to Pakistan. India's response was swift and decisive. In early May, the Indian Air Force launched Operation Sindoor, conducting airstrikes against what it claimed were terrorist camps located inside Pakistan-administered Kashmir. India maintained that the strikes were carefully targeted to avoid civilian casualties and Pakistani military installations. Section 5. The world watches and waits, international response and regional impact. Pakistan condemned the Indian airstrikes as an act of aggression and vowed to retaliate. In the days that followed, both sides exchanged artillery fire across the line of control, resulting in casualties on both sides. The situation remains extremely tense, with fears that any miscalculation could trigger a wider conflict. The international community has reacted with alarm to the escalating crisis. The United States, China, and Russia have all called for restraint and urged both India and Pakistan to engage in dialogue. However, with tensions running high and both sides digging in their heels, finding a peaceful resolution to the crisis will be a daunting challenge. The world watches and waits, hoping that cooler heads will prevail and prevent a catastrophic conflict.